So aluminum is toxic, but it's probably in your body. All right, one way being the nose. The nose comes and goes into your brain. Boom. All right, so it's associated with diseases like Alzheimer's, autism, multiple sclerosis. Right, it's getting in there to your myelin sheaths. Now, in chemistry, you have the boron group. Boron has, in the boron group, you have like boron, aluminum, indium, and thallium. Okay, so these, because they're in the same column of the periodic table, they're gonna potentially have similar chemical properties. So I looked up the toxicity of thallium, and if I'm remembering right, and it will go to your myelin sheaths, which is like the insulator around the wire. Like when you have voltage going through a wire, you don't want the voltage going out. Like imagine like a wire is, the insulation's frayed and your electricity's leaking out, right? So you have, that's a crazy problem. So you would think like, hey, there's aluminum in the brain, it's causing toxicity. Boron is good for you. If you have a deficiency of boron, it's probably going to cause an exacerbation of the aluminum. Okay, so not only taking out the aluminum, but also supplementing with boron. It's probably going to not only, like, yes, whatever boron's going to be doing, like God designed it to do, it needs to be there so it can do that. But also, if you have a deficiency of boron, aluminum's going to be like, oh, I'll just act like boron. Okay, kind of like, imagine like bromine and iodine, because they're on the same column on the periodic table. If you have lots of iodine that's already there, if you have a bromine toxicity, it's probably going to be less effective because you already have iodine there, and it's like, dude, I'm already here chemically. You know what I mean? All right, it's kind of like never mind. Anyhow, so how do you get boron? You get it by an easy way. It's called disodium tetraborate decahydrate. Disodium means 2 sodium atoms in this molecule. Tetraborate, tetra means 4 boron atoms, and then decahydrate, that just means there's 10 molecules of water in the crystal. Okay, so if you imagine, like, in some molecules, when they solidify and become a solid, waters are trapped in there. So imagine if you heat it up, all of a sudden waters start coming out. Those are called the waters of crystallization, and you can, in some cases, get them out by heating them up and so forth, right? But according to what I remember, boron is not very boron in the. I was reading some, if I remember right, borax has a toxicity of table salt, so you can use it orally as a boron supplement, right? Double check that and look that up for yourself, all right?